In this video, I'll be teaching you about a game called Pig. All you need is a piece of paper, something to write with, and 1 or 2 dice depending on which version you choose. Keep in mind you can find dice inside old board games. I found mine in the basement inside Monopoly. Let's start with the easiest version of this game. It's suitable for students as young as kindergarten. All you need is 1 dice for this variation. In this variation, the objective is to score 100 points. To score points, you simply roll the dice and record the total. Then you decide if you're going to roll again. You can keep rolling for as long as you want, and each time you'll add what you get to your previous score. So I rolled a 6. I already had 2, so I'm going to cross out that 2 and write an 8. Here's the catch though. If you roll a 1, you're going to lose all your points for that round. So you'll want to think about, do I want to keep rolling? Let's have this player roll one more time. They got a 2, and so now their total is 10. Let's say they want to keep 10 points just as is. They'll turn the die over to player 2. So player 2 rolls, they have a 6. They decide to roll again. They get a 2, so that makes 8. Uh-oh, they got a 1. Player 2 loses all the points for that round. It's player 1's turn. By the way, this game can be played with more than 2 players if you wish. Player 1 rolls, they get a 2, so now they're up to 12. I like to start recording on the next line so that I know it's the second round. They roll again, they get 2, that's 14. They roll again, 3, that's 17. They do a 4th roll, they get another 3, that brings them up to 20. They decide to keep rolling. 5 brings us up to 25. Uh-oh, they got a 1. The player loses all the points from that round. They're back to 10. Player 2's turn. They get a 5. 5 more makes 10. Maybe they decide to hold here since they didn't have such good luck last time. Back to player 1, remember they're at 10. They roll the dice, now they're at 15. Play continues until the first player reaches 100. For students who are not yet fluent in adding as the numbers get bigger, keep in mind they can count on using the dots of the dice. So if this player was at 13 and rolled a 4, they could say 14, 15, 16, 17. Players could also use tally marks to keep track of their score and help them count on. If you want to add a little extra difficulty to this game, you could roll 2 dice at once and add to find the total. So for example, this would be 11. However, if you roll 1 on either dice, you lose all your points for that round. If you get really unlucky and roll double ones, you lose all your points from the entire game and go back to start as 0. 3rd through 5th graders might want to practice their multiplication facts by playing Multiplication Pig. In this version, you'll need both dice, you'll roll them, and you'll multiply to find the total. So this player would have 18. If you dare, you roll again, multiply to find the total, that's 4, and you add that to what you had, so we're up to 22. Once again, if you roll a 1 on 1 dice, you go down to 0 for that round. And if you roll double ones, you lose all your points and start back at 0. For Multiplication Pig, since your numbers will add up more quickly by multiplying the dice and then adding to keep a running total, you may want to continue the game past 100. Decide before you start playing what your total winning score will be. I would suggest playing to 200 or even 300.